Hi, I'm Min again. I'm 25 years old. How did you spend your weekend? For me, today is a little different. I don't have to go to work, so instead of rushing through the day, I'm giving myself some time to slow down, to breathe in the fresh morning air, and take care of the little home and garden I've been building for myself. There are still a few things I'd like to grow and add to my garden, so it feels a little more complete over time. Lately, I've started to notice how much I enjoy these quiet mornings. The air feels fresher, the garden feels more alive, and even the sound of birds singing seems softer somehow. I used to think a good weekend meant going somewhere or doing something exciting, but now, sometimes, all I really need is a peaceful morning at home, a little work in the garden, and enough time to simply breathe. This morning, I think I'll start with a small bowl of nutritional cereal before heading out to work in the garden. But before the day gets busy, I want to slow down for a little while. Just sit quietly, take a deep breath, and enjoy the calmness of this peaceful morning. I know some of you might be wondering how my little vegetable gardens has been doing over the past few weeks. Has everything grown well? Are there any new little surprises waiting for me? I'll show you around a little later. For now, come with me to this quiet little corner of my yard. It's probably my favorite place to sit whenever I'm here. Let's just stay here for a moment, enjoy the fresh morning air, and have a little peaceful time together before the day begins. Working for $6 a day has honestly given me an experience I never expected. It may not sound like much, but this income has allowed me to buy food, not just a few basic things, but many of the little things I need in my daily life. I'm still truly grateful for this job. Compared with the bigger, better paying jobs I once imagined in the city, this is actually a pretty good opportunity for someone living in the countryside. But working is not the only thing I'm counting on. I also have a strong belief in this little garden of mine. To me, it's more than just a place where I grow vegetables. It's slowly becoming a small source of fresh food that I can provide for myself, helping me spend less and live a little more independently. And maybe one day when the garden grows enough, I'll even be able to sell some of what I grow and turn this little piece of land into another source of income. I know it will take time, but I'm willing to be patient. For now, I'm simply planting, caring for it, and watching this little dream grow, one day at a time. And to turn that little dream into something real, I've decided to grow more cucumbers, along with a few other short season crops like garlic and green onions. Growing vegetables might seem simple at first, but I'm slowly realizing just how much there is to learn. There's so much more to it than simply putting a seed in the soil. I'm learning everything step by step: how to prepare the soil, how to plant and care for each crop, and even how to notice what the plants need as they grow. And honestly, I've also learned so much from all of you. Many of you have shared your own experiences, little tips, and advice with me, and I truly appreciate every bit of it. Sometimes I'm surprised when I look at the comments and realize how many people are genuinely following along with this little journey of mine. Of course, not every comment is positive. There are still negative words from time to time, but I've learned not to let them take away from the good things. Instead, I choose to hold on to the kindness, encouragement, and useful advice you share with me. Every message, Every suggestion and every little word of encouragement gives me another reason to keep moving forward. I still have so much to learn, and I know this journey won't always be easy. But I'm happy to take my time, learn from my mistakes, and slowly build this new life with my own two hands. These are just some old, dried bamboo poles that have been sitting here for quite a while. They may look worn out and a little rough, but they're still perfectly useful. I'm going to take a few of them home and use them to make a simple trellis for my cucumbers. For me, there's no need to buy something new when I already have materials like these around me. I've learned that making the most of old things that still have value can save quite a bit of money. It may seem like a small thing, but when you're trying to live simply and make the most of what you have, every little saving matters. The weather is beautiful today. The sky is bright blue with soft clouds drifting above. It really feels like the perfect weekend. For me, gardening doesn't feel like hard work at all. Somehow it helps me slow down, relax, and feel more at peace. Everything moves a little more slowly here, and for once, I don't feel the need to think about too many things. It's been almost a month since I came back home, and little by little, I feel like I'm finding my rhythm again. My income here may not be anything impressive, but my heart feels lighter. I have more peace in my mind, more time for myself, and the freedom to spend my days doing things I genuinely enjoy. When I was living in the city, there were times when I would buy foam boxes and bags of expensive soil just hoping to grow a few fresh vegetables outside my rented room. It sounds like such a simple wish, but even that wasn't always easy. Some people around me didn't like me growing vegetables near the room, so eventually I had to give up on that little dream. But coming back here feels completely different. I can finally grow whatever I want, get my hands dirty, and create the little garden I once wished for. And honestly, that freedom, being able to live simply and do the things that make me happy, is one of the reasons I've grown to love this place so much. Now that the trellis is ready, it's time to start preparing my cucumber seedlings. I already have a small packet of cucumber seeds. It only cost me about $0.03, but there are actually quite a lot of seeds inside, so I think it will be enough for quite a while. For the seedling pots, I'm going to use something I already have around me, banana leaves. I'll pick a few fresh leaves and turn them into little containers for the seeds. Pretty clever, right? I actually learned this from my parents. They taught me how to use banana leaves to make simple seedling pots, and I really love this old-fashioned way of doing things. It costs almost nothing, creates very little waste, and once the seedlings are ready to be planted, the banana leaves can naturally break down into the soil. Sometimes the simplest ideas are the most useful ones. And I think that's one of the things I'm slowly learning since coming back home. You don't always need to spend money to grow something. Sometimes you just need to look around and make good use of what you already have. I'm going to start these cucumber seeds today, and hopefully, in just a few days, they'll begin to sprout and grow into healthy little seedlings. I've mixed some well-dried cow manure into the soil as well, so hopefully the seeds will have a good start. Normally I would just buy young seedlings and plant them directly in the garden, but this time I wanted to challenge myself and see if I could grow them from seeds instead. Maybe they'll all sprout, maybe some of them won't, but I think that's part of the fun of learning something new. Every little challenge comes with the possibility of failure, but failure doesn't mean we have to stop. We can always get back up, learn from what went wrong, and try again. So for now, all I can do is plant these little seeds, take good care of them, and wait patiently to see what happens. And just like that, I've completed another little goal for myself. Every day brings a new experience, and I'm beginning to realize that these small moments are actually some of the most valuable parts of this journey.
Thank you for watching the video. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye. See you again.